Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D. No Steve Rogers today. He is still in quarantine trying to save himself from the coronavirus.
What a pussy.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, but today we got two very special guests. We have Rossco Soletrain and Robert Thompson.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's cracking? Good to
on,
be
guys?
here.
What's going on, guys?
Very special.
This is going to be really hard for
Narf.
me to, I didn't think this through. I should have just, put a wide camera on all of us right now because now I'm going to be switching this and then also talking. So this is going to be...
Well, I believe in you.
I'm wide enough, so I
Hey.
Wide load.
Wide load.
Right? What is when I was a kid, I thought they were talking about, a big woman's butt. Wide load. I didn't know it's talking about, cum.
What?
A lot of cum.
What are you talking
No,
about?
no.
Right?
No, it's for...
Is it big butt?
Yeah.
It is big butt, yeah.
Isn't it wide? Well,
I mean...
is it like a load? Can a load be wide, though? Can't there be, an abundance
of
load?
A load can be big. Yeah, huge load is... that's
load?
cum. Big load is cum.
Yeah, okay.
I've never,
Wide load.
I've never said, after I'm done ejaculating.
That was a wide load.
That was a wide load.
Okay, maybe I thought there was another meaning.
No, never.
Okay.
No.
You could try to bring it into 2021.
We'll
and
try
start
it.
telling people oh yeah, or start telling someone.
Yeah, that was a wide
Yeah,
load.
that was a wide load.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
I'd support it.
thank you, sir.
I'm into it.
So what day is it, guys? I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's Monday.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's the day after Valentine's
Day
Day.
after Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
Did you guys have Valentine's?
Yeah,
Valentine's?
yeah, Valentine's Day. Do you guys remember when I was a kid? Valentine's Day was a special day to masturbate, though.
I mean,
Dude, I remember Blurry Channel 30 was the best. The Playboy channel, the Blurry
and I'm
Playboy.
pretty sure Pornhub Premium is free on Valentine's Day every year.
That's hilarious and very nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Good to know.
I wouldn't know that, I guess, but I didn't check yesterday, but I'm pretty sure every year they give it for free.
And I apologize about talking about loads and porno at the top of the show. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
I mean, we can segue into the Jews and the abortion jokes.
We'll get there
really
later.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and the Amish.
Yeah.
Anyway, no,
Brother Jebediah, never die. It's an Amish metal band. I'm waiting to start.
it's a good one. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they had a Pornhub Premium was free for the first month of quarantine too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I signed up for it.
I remember
yeah,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was a big deal. There was a lot of stuff at the beginning of quarantine that we're gonna look back on.
Say,
'cause
damn, that was the
that was
time.
the life.
That was
Yeah.
the good
That was
time.
great
Glory
Yeah.
days.
when the world shut down and
Those are the glory hole days.
Yeah. There you
There's probably some COVID friendly glory holes though. I'm sure.
All of them.
All of them I guess are right.
Yeah, got a decent amount of distance and
A wall.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For a wide load.
Yeah.
That's a callback, guys.
That was good.
Man. Anyway, you guys are in here. We've been doing a podcast. We did 2 Robert Land episodes last week.
Yep.
And then one today. Now we're doing
Yeah.
now we're just flipping the script here. Now I'm hosting. I'm hosting with the most, and it's kind of weird now. Now I feel weird being on this end of it.
Why?
Because I'm like, when I sit over. Normally, actually, what I've been doing lately is I'll sit there to make myself feel
More in the
yeah.
shit.
Well, because when I sit back here, I feel like this is producer chair,
Sure.
not host chair.
Right.
So I like setting myself up over there, and I'll just have the computer on the TV, so that way I'm over there, and I just feel a little bit. I don't feel so enclosed back here in this booth, you know.
Well, I feel like we're close enough.
I know,
Yeah.
it's working.
I mean, if you want, I can host and
No,
just
I'm just
start
kidding.
asking questions about you.
Well, no, it's
I have some.
no. I've been trying to fucking get this. Actually, I met this young guy at.
Is he hot?
He's pretty handsome.
Yeah.
But he's like 22, not really doing much with his life.
I'm into that.
Yeah. But I've been asking
He
him
needs
to,
a daddy.
I've been asking him to fucking come over and help me out and stuff. So I mean, he needs a daddy.
I'm waiting for you to get out of it. So
Come help me out.
Okay, so there's a dude, a young guy.
Yeah. I know. I
him
know.
what a white
I can't. I always do this where I start a story where I'm like, there's no way I'm getting out of this without a gay joke. Like, there's just no way, right? And I have a dude. My friend Garrett is like, he still has the sense of humor of like a fucking 12-year-old. So I cannot say anything without him going like, oh, I bet you did. You know, it's always like. Can I just like tell a story with you not trying to make it gay? Like, it's just,
So my dad has cancer, and
yeah, I bet you.
Is it ass cancer?
Yeah, it's like that, dude. It's always like that. Yeah, fucking A, man. I can't stand it. But I do another podcast with these two guys I grew up with doing we just talk about movies and shit. But then that guy's the most frustrating thing too, is because he like refuses to watch like classic older movies.
Why?
It's like he knows what he knows when we were growing up. Like we grew up in the 90s, right? But then like anything like from the 70s, he won't watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the pacing that he doesn't like?
I think so. And it's like he just I made him watch because I love horror movies. You know, I know fucking real original, right? But he had never seen The Shining, so we made him watch The Shining.
You made him watch
I made him watch The Shining,
Oh,
and we all sat together and watched The Shining. And I was, he's like, I understand it's like a fucking, staple in pop culture, and it's like a cinematic thing or whatever. He's like, but I hated it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He did not like it.
I would just be like, sorry, you're not on the podcast anymore.
Yeah,
that's literally one of my favorite movies of all time. I know I'm not alone on this, but such an experience. Like, especially it's a haunted hotel movie, but it's done by Stanley fucking Kubrick.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just I don't know. It's such a it takes the medium of motion pictures. It like uses it. That's like the best filmmakers because it's not like a literal movie. You know what I mean? That's what I love about David Lynch and all that stuff. Because like you can't really describe it. It's like you have to see it. And that's what The Shining is.
Yeah, exactly.
It still holds up.
It holds up great. I watched when I went and watched it with him. I hadn't watched it with him in a long time. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not like you're watching a disco movie.
We got some comments, guys. Can you read those off for me? I'm too far away from the screen.
This is police. You're under address. You're under dresses. You are under address. You know the drill. Put your ankle behind your head and spread them.
Okay.
Hey, have you ever pooped the pants? I poop the pants all the time. I have pooped the pants my whole life. Is that Modest Yahoo? I pooped out my pants without a crown.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is what happens when I stream on Twitch. I just get some weird shit. I don't know what happened.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's just some stranger just pooping in his pants. I guess.
That's good.
I'm into it.
Fucking hate. But
Did you guys watch Dr. Sleep?
I did. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I like Ewan McGregor in it. I thought he like the good thing about Ewan McGregor is he's dedicated to anything. Like I feel like any movie he's in, he's like trying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how
so much
bad.
in Star Wars. I mean, we can get into that, but
Yeah.
God, he is the only driving factor in those prequels.
Yeah, he is good in the prequels.
Yeah.
Doctor Sleep I enjoyed, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I thought the thing was kind of jarring when they go back to the Overlook.
I thought it was cool.
But like the cast, that come in at the end, like the old,
right.
Yeah, it felt like I don't know. I feel like they could have done that slightly. Like I love the plot of Doctor Sleep, and I like the director a lot. The guy he's that movie Oculus Rift. He did that was it House on Haunted Hill, whatever that was on Netflix.
Yeah,
I really liked the way
Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, he's great. But yeah, I felt like the crew trying to go after the people that can shine.
Yeah.
That they look like Urban Outfitter.
Sure.
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they looked like just seedier. You know?
Right.
Like I want to see them look just like
Yeah,
a
the
little
top half
raunchier.
Creepier.
Yeah. When it looks like an Apple commercial or something, it just it's like, no, dude, these guys are like demonic or something.
Right.
Like you want to see that kind of seep through. But yeah, she's wearing like a. So they all look like to be douchebags at like a Bon Jovi video,
or like
a Bon Jovi video like now too.
Yeah. There's so up in the Bay Area where I'm from, there was this festival called the Rivertown Revival, which was it was like where people would like make these fucking boats and everybody dressed up steampunk and all this shit. And I gave it the term the parade of contrived weirdness. And all those people in that movie looked like people that you would see at the parade of contrived weirdness.
It's like, I'm so weird.
Yeah, look at me. I got a top hat. And I got fucking goggles.
Right, yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It was like Burning Man rejects. Or it's like, people are like, I really don't want to, I really don't want to commit to Burning Man. So this is like a one-day thing. So,
Yeah.
yay.
It's like Crazy Hat Day.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like
totally.
it's like the steampunk people that go to like the Ren Fair.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was definitely like, it seemed like that. And I don't know. I felt like
That's the one thing I missed about this year, actually, especially because I was really looking forward to going, and Steve had never been to the Ren Fair before,
it's fun.
and I know, so I wanted to take him and be like, dude, you got to, it's so much fun.
You should have dressed him up.
Yeah,
So you gotta
yeah,
It's your first year at Ren Fair. You have to dress
yeah,
up.
yeah. I mean, that's
It's a must.
What's
Yeah,
Red and Fair?
Ren Fair?
the
It's like
Renaissance.
Fair?
oh,
The Renaissance Fair.
Renaissance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we just nerds that we know it's called Ren Fair?
Ren Fair, yeah, probably.
I was like, isn't that a character in like the fucking Dracula?
Yes.
Yeah, Renfield.
Is it? I don't
Right?
know.
I don't know.
I'm just agreeing.
Yeah.
Yes, and.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. That's great improv. I love the idea of Renaissance fairs. I don't think I've actually ever gone. I've gone.
I mean, you're wearing jester colors and
Yeah. I
jester
know.
outfit. You know?
You're
It's in my
fucking ready
blood.
to go.
It's in my blood. You know, my great grandfather was a jester for the Burger King.
Actually, you know what? I saw David Arquette dressed as a jester with that color pattern. With his with,
Wrestling.
No. But that documentary was great. No, I saw him at the Ren Fair.
Did you
Oh
really?
shit.
Yeah, with his
Wow.
with the two kids in his wagon. He just was in an outfit just with the two kids.
Did you say hi?
No, I just just let him be. You know, he was just there with his kids.
Do
you
they
know?
have dragons and stuff?
There should be. But
Did
I
you
don't
guys
think
watch that fucking documentary though?
No, I wish.
That David Arquette documentary.
Nope.
I fucking rented it and Steve and I watched it, and dude, it's like I want to just be that dude's homie. Like he seems like such a fucking cool guy, and it's really sad that it's just like people are, he's just being bullied by like all, by the industry and like other wrestlers and stuff like that. Like, so he wants to like earn his stripes. That whole doc about him earning his stripes and starting at the bottom and he's just a big fan of wrestling. And these guys just hate him for no reason.
That's ridiculous. He really committed himself
Yeah,
to
he
it.
really did, but they really fucked him up like on purpose for certain. Like, there's these matches where these guys are like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking," and they really fuck him up bad. This guy,
I'm gonna break his neck.
yeah, and
Deputy Dewey.
he has like a heart problem or something, so he was like taking blood thinners or some shit like
Oh,
that.
yes.
So he
That
got stabbed with one of those
Yeah.
fluorescent light things.
So that happened down the way from where I live.
Really?
Yeah, because I live right outside of Highland Park.
Oh, okay.
And so it happened at the Hi-Hat in Highland Park.
Yeah.
And so my friends, you know these guys, the Manx.
Yeah,
Do you know the Manx?
Is it a band?
It's a band, yeah.
Sounds
they're pretty wild. They're
maybe.
cool.
Maybe.
So, anyway.
I mean, I probably don't know him, but
Right.
that sounds familiar to me.
They like played the Hi-Hat a fuckload of times. They actually had some wild ass shows there.
Yeah.
But after that happened with David Arquette, they played a show there and they had a wrestling group that was with them. And the Hi-Hat was like, no, we can't fucking do this. Like, it's a problem. And then they were like, oh, no, it's no big deal. Like, it's not that hardcore and this and that. Well, it was really fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of blood and a
Yeah.
lot of shit. And it was... So they got away with it, but
Yeah.
the fucking Hi-Hat was just like, no, we had that incident and we don't
Yeah.
want to do that again.
Well, and that was the thing. It was like, you guys got to check it out. But the thing
gonna
was,
check it out.
the thing was, yeah, that's what was fucked up was like that guy just got really carried away. And when he was supposed to like basically just end the match and pin him, he kept tossing him onto the fucking, on the glass and it started like stabbing in the back with like pieces of it. And one of them poked him pretty fucking bad in the neck. And it just, it was fucked up, because they're doing the match, but he went overboard and went way too long. He was supposed to be pinned and at this point, man, you could tell that guy beat the shit out of him, like for real.
They're just trying to jeopardize, like, put his wrestling to a stop immediately. Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
He's not a wrestler.
And then
yet.
so that happens, and he gets out of the ring, but then they're like, but then he still goes back in to finish the match.
David Arquette does?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
he really, really committed himself. I was
He
listening
really
to
did.
some podcast he was talking about it. I ran into his sister down the street from where I live as well.
Yeah.
It was fucking rad. I was really excited to
That's
meet her.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She walked in and I'm like, whoa, fuck, it's Patricia Arquette. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And I got all fucking like starstruck and excited. And I'm like, all right, gotta keep it together. And I'm like, I totally went out to her. I
Yeah.
totally said hi.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, I don't get starstruck too bad, but like I normally I end up going like, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave them alone. Because like every time I run into like a celebrity somewhere, I'm like, how would I feel if somebody ran up to me and wanted to talk to me right now when I'm trying to fucking eat? You know,
well,
like,
that's you wouldn't want to do it then. But I used to be the same way. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother these people. And then I thought, you know what? Fuck it. All these people are gonna fucking die. And like if you have an opportunity that's like okay to like talk to Patricia Arquette at a party and say, I loved you in Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like just to be able to have that moment where you can just
Affleck
say
was the man in Phantoms, yo.
Yeah. And like for instance, like when we were at Kill Tony that one night and we turned around the corner and you fucking almost shit your pants because Brody was standing there.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And
really?
Yeah, I know Brody's Brody? I mean,
rest in peace, Brody. I love the poor mother. Dude, I told you that I did a show with him like the night before he killed himself.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
It's fucking wild.
Wow.
Yeah, I was such a huge fan of him, and I loved because I started kind of going hard.
Comedians are different though. Comics are very people. You know, they're very like you can just they're not like complete celebrity. You know,
right.
It's like
and it's Brody at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, like that's in his
hallway.
element. Yeah.
So I said, you should get a photo with him. And you were like, oh, yeah, I can. And I was like, fuck this, man. And so we walked up and I was like, yo, Brody. I was like, this is Robert. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I have the picture. Yeah, and that was the month before I think he died. And I remember being so like stoked because I'd seen Brody, but I'd never been in the position to like because I'd started going to the store like not much long before. It was like the year before that I started going, and so it was just cool. You know.
By the way, I felt like a real asshole. I felt like an asshole. I now I'm okay with it, but I felt like an asshole because I knew how much of a fan you were, and when you were taking that photo, I totally photobombed the photo.
Oh no, that was fine. No, that was cool.
But I really did. I felt really shitty about like I'm like, oh fuck, who am I to like photobomb somebody that's like having a genuine moment with somebody they really appreciate? I felt like a dick.
No, it probably helped me feel more comfortable. Like, oh, someone else is with me, so I don't feel like because I think I'd sort of. That was around the time that I had like some of my first like bombs where it really hurt. So I was kind of humbled going to the comedy store where I'm just like, I don't want to seem like because you always see those guys that go to the potluck or Kill Tony or whatever, and they like, oh, here's Bobby Lee. What's up, Bobby? Let's get a picture. And it's just like, and you look like just kind of like a hobbyist or something. But I don't give a fuck about that because the people I really admire, especially someone like Brody, who's very real, like, and I connect with. And it's a bummer, man. I started like talking to him after that. Like I wrote to him on Instagram, and obviously he was a very like accessible guy.
Yeah, he was.
And very down. Like he would talk to anybody. And so it's a bummer because my style of comedy, I think, can be unique. And I was like, fuck, dude, he's the perfect guy for me. Because there's when you find people that you have, even if it's not quite the same, I felt like there was a kinship there. And so, it was so cool, though. That was a great night.
I took the best picture of that motherfucker at the Comedy Store. When he passed, and like whenever the anniversary comes up of his passing, the Comedy Store always uses that photo, but I got so fucking lucky because I'm sitting there at the Ding Dong show in the back one night, and Don or somebody on stage goes, "Hey, Brody," and Brody's like, "Yeah," and he's got his flashlight on his phone, and it's illuminating his face, and he's just standing there like, "Yeah," and his like face is like completely lit up. It's such a fucking Brody photo, you know? Yeah. But I took that photo. I'm like, I just turned around. I'm like,
positive
oh, this is
push.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I love how you guys are talking about people that you not bugging celebrities or people that you might admire, you know. And there's been plenty of times where I've like held back on that. But when I went to Amoeba one time, for some reason I was compelled to say this was I was probably like 20 or 19, and there was a guy that was on TV. He's like a character actor. You've seen True Romance. Speaking of Patricia Arquette, True Romance. He's like in it with a shotgun. He's got like glasses. I can't even fucking tell you. He's a character actor that was in the show Grounded for Life as the weird uncle. Yeah, it's whatever.
Oh yeah, he's in fucking Pineapple Express.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that guy, for some reason, out of all the people, I can't.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's great, and I feel bad.
He's like in everything, but no one knows his name.
Yeah, I feel bad because I don't know his name, and for some reason I'm like, hey man, I like what you do. You know what I mean? And it was so funny because I think he's a big character actor, so he was definitely awkward too.
Was he?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, thanks.
Huh.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was really, it felt weird because I'm like, I didn't even know his name. You know, I'm like, man, you're great. But yeah, I shouldn't feel too weird about that. But I did follow him home and fondle his balls.
Yeah, just still to the left. Okay. Wide load coming up.
This episode's gonna be called Wide Loads.
Okay, good.
So
that sounds like a fucking 80s comedy, doesn't it? The guys, they've got to do a cross-country trip in a fucking big wide load van. I don't know.
Coming this summer, Wide Loads.
Yeah.
Chicks.
It's just like two fat dudes. Wide load. Yeah. Well, two fat dudes with fat cocks, I guess.
Blowing big loads.
Wide loads.
You ever had a problem? Like, have you ever gone up to a celebrity and had it backfire in your face? Kind of like.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Was I ran into Jeff Ross at Queens of the Stone Age, and I normally don't smoke weed, and I decided to get fucking obliterated this day. I think I ate an edible and smoked a joint.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it to you.
And so I went completely brain dead, right? And so I'm in the middle, but like it was not the way, because I've had real bad experiences where I couldn't fucking walk. I felt like throwing up, and I just was like But it was a pretty good one. I just went brain dead, like, and I was also drinking too. So I'm just standing. I'm like I couldn't move my feet. And where I planted myself for that show was just where I was going to be. Mm-hmm. That was it. No one could fucking knock me over. No one can make me move. I just went, this is it. This is all I can do right now. And I was just, and then I turned to my right, and Jeff Ross is standing next to me. And I'm like, hey. And he goes, hey, what's up? I'm like, and I lean over. I go, are you Jeff Ross? And he goes, yes. I go, that's cool.
That's amazing, though. That's funny. That's super funny.
And in my head, I was like, this is cool. I'm hanging out with Jeff Ross. But like later on, I thought about it. I'm like, that was probably the weirdest fucking thing for he's just like,
he probably gets that shit all the time, just like that too.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's amazing. I don't know.
I just went, cool.
But you kept it simple. That's better than like, if you like run your mouth and then you're like, this guy was busy.
I think I might have told him that I knew like a Connor and shit too, and that's where it got a little weird.
Like I know what you mean, dude. That happens though, because you get like, it's weird. I mean, they've got to expect that to an extent. I mean, especially, I don't know, man. I feel like that's just, it comes with it, you know.
Yeah.
And a funny guy.
Speaking of which, there's something I want to bring up after connected to the celebrity talk. But go ahead.
Well, it's funny because we were talking about celebrities and stuff, and not talking to them, and this kind of ties in with Robert Land. But my friend would work the Pirates of the Caribbean premieres. You know, when they're having the movies there, they'd have them at Disneyland. Yeah, and that was like, you know, a big event. You have all these celebrities there. It's all the cast, everybody. Johnny Depp is there, and he was like,
he was in those movies.
Yeah, he was. And Yanni was in it as well. Yanni Depp.
I heard Dom Toretto's in those movies.
Yeah, Dom Toretto's. Well, you could get the whole story in the Robert Lane New Orleans special, but no, but I there's a funny story with like Orlando Bloom got lost, and my friend had to tell him where to go. But he said that like no one was like bugging or like they were so fixated on looking for Jack Sparrow that everyone was just passing up Orlando Bloom, which is weird because I hear also, speaking about cum and penises, that Orlando Bloom has a giant penis or something.
He's packing heat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there was like a picture of him that like the paparazzi had a while ago, and it was like
he's got a hog.
Yeah, which is funny.
Huh.
He's got a wide load.
That's what Psycho Mike's been saying about Dr. Drew for years.
Oh, really?
So to the point to where it's become, oh shit, did that thing fall? Oh, it did. That wide shot fell backwards. Look at that.
You want some tape?
Yeah, I got it. No, it's good. I think it'll be all right. Anyway, yeah, to the point to where like fucking tabloids like talk about Dr. Drew's like giant hog, right?
Really?
So, yeah.
Here's Dr. Drew at the Froyo spot with his giant penis.
Yeah. So, but
fully on display.
Yeah,
that would make sense to me though. I mean, Dr. Drew seems like a guy with a big hog, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Got good confidence, you know?
Yeah. A guy
He's
like
got that big dick energy. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some guys though that you wouldn't expect, like Steve Buscemi definitely is packing something.
Probably.
Paul Giamatti's probably got a big
Right,
one.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti. I don't know. No, Paul Giamatti's got like a weird like kind of. He's got a.
It
he's
looks
got a
just
body
like his
type,
face.
He's got a body type like me, which I'm. Actually, I'm not packing.
No, Paul Giamatti's penis is just Paul Giamatti, but
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
It's like that thing from
I call it the rhino.
yeah, it's a thing from
Nice one.
fucking God, Total Recall. The like little face that comes out.
yeah.
Yeah, that thing's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of the little face, that okay. So the other movie that I made my friend watch too was we had a double feature that night. It was The Shining and The Thing.
Oh yeah.
And
This thing is amazing.
I was like, he loved The Thing,
Yeah.
but hated The Shining. I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, that's a badass double feature.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I own both those movies on Blu-ray too. I'm fucking
So good.
Fucking love, I love The Thing. And you know how I saw The Thing was like there was a Thing video game that came out, and it came with the DVD. I had never seen this movie before, and I'm like 12. Like this game comes out where you're like, it's basically the movie just in but a video game of it, and and this DVD, and I remember my stepdad he's at the house and he's like. I'm like, have you ever heard of it? He's like, oh, yeah. We're putting that shit on. He's like, yeah, we watched it out, and I was like, fuck, I had never seen such practical effects like that before. And then that's when I fucking really fell into, like, getting into
horror?
Like horror and classic horror. Evil Dead, my aunt showed me too, and I was just like, I had never really witnessed anything, because my mom doesn't like scary movies. So I always grew up, like, my mom being like, oh, that's too scary for you. That's too scary because it'd be too scary for her, right? So, so I would always just think, oh, it's too scary. I can't watch it. And then so I didn't really start getting into horror until I was like 11 or 12 because I was able to just like get it on my own. And I stayed at a friend's house one time, watched Halloween for the first time when I was like 11, and I was like, what the fuck? This is like,
dude.
And I mean, it was amazing, right? And then Nightmare on Elm Street. All that came after that. Then my aunt, I got old enough to like have sleepovers with my aunt. My aunt would always like buy the fucking most brutal movies to like show me and stuff. Yeah.
Dude. Do you like any of the new, like the modern horror movies at all?
I'm a big fan of the supernatural horror movies, the newer ones. Like, but a lot of them just become like gore porn, and I'm not into that.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Like
I really need the storyline.
I'm the exact opposite. I could give a fuck about.
Yeah,
story.
I mean it's fun. Like, just like
With
popcorn
horror.
movies. Like, sit down just to watch people get mutilated. Sure, whatever. Like, I'm into that too. But like,
did you like Terrifier?
I did. I was fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the clown?
That's it's the guy with the clown with the little tiny top hat.
Yeah, I started that and I never got to finish it.
He fucking sawed a woman in half by her by her vagina.
Yeah, it's so good.
I know. I love horror because like it does. There's a wide range of horror movies. There's like kind of classy like what's that movie? The Changeling in the 70s. Which is it's a great like spook show.
Is that like that wasn't a Giallo movie, was it? Like an
No.
Italian Giallo movie?
No. Okay. Well, so you have like that's a better place to start from. But you have like Dario Argento.
Yeah.
Like the Suspiria, where it's like an art house.
Yeah.
Like amazing, beautiful piece of work, and then you've got movies that are like completely infantile. Just like yes, I love
Holocaust.
Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, there's a spectrum of that, like where it's just there's so much that can be, and I don't know. I think there has been there's been a few good like Hereditary.
Oh, absolutely.
I love
Hereditary was great
because
They Live.
It Follows about like STDs.
Yeah, it's pretty much about STDs.
Yeah, so like there's some that are kind of like seminal. It's just weird because you don't think. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of sleeper now. Like they're like sleeper hits, like some of them. But
I mean, The Conjuring when it first came,
Conjuring
first
kicks
Conjuring
ass.
was fucking
James
great.
Wan, Eli Roth. I love all their like. I got to check out all their stuff. Like
what was that one movie that Eli Roth did? The Green
Inferno.
Green Inferno, which is basically Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, but like a narrative.
I loved it.
Yeah, I did too because that was a great movie. I don't know. It made fun of.
I did a podcast There's the podcast that we're battling for Halo.
Yeah.
It's the movie review podcast.
With Colt 45.
With Colt 45. Shout out Colt 45. The first time I was on, I did Green Inferno.
Nice.
That was the episode that I did.
Did they do Hereditary?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
God, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, it's so intense.
So good.
Yeah. It's so jarring. Those long drawn out shots
It's
of
the
just
best.
like, I mean, first of all, the head, and then like. I don't know,
and then the sawing of the head.
Yes,
with
yeah,
piano wire.
yeah.
Hereditary is a movie that I've probably watched. I would say I've watched the movie probably 8 times, and I've watched all these movie breakdowns of Hereditary. I've probably watched like 30 or 40 hours of movie breakdowns of Hereditary. I'll watch the same ones over and over again. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's Ari Aster, the director.
Yeah.
He's my fucking favorite.
So you watched
Midsommar?
Midsommar, yeah.
Yeah, I love Midsommar. In fact, I'm fucking pissed because they came out with this special edition Blu-ray for Midsommar.
Yeah.
That was it was like wrapped in some cloth and all this shit, and it got fucking lost in the mail.
No.
It was $100.
Whoa.
And it was from somebody, like an actual person that probably got it and was like, I don't fucking want this shit. And I'd never got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel bad because I paid $100 fucking for this thing.
Right.
But I know it would come out of their pocket, so I haven't got back. But it's like a 4-hour cut of Midsommar.
4 hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
I want to see it so bad.
Did you hear that? I don't know. This is great news for horror movies, but Arnie Hammer's gonna be cast as Hannibal Lecter in the reboot.
Oh boy.
Army Hammer?
No, yeah, Arnie Hammer, Army Hammer,
Army
No
Hammer.
Army
way.
Hammer.
No fucking way.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
but you heard about what happened with him?
Yes,
yeah.
Kook.
Yeah.
That's wild. What do you think that was though? Because they took out like the whoever he was messaging didn't show any of her messages. It was all just a transcript of all of his.
I thought it was
shit.
just his kink, and it's a
It just
taboo
sounded-
kink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think.
Whatever. It's not illegal to be a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So speaking of all this shit,
Yeah, let's segue into what you really want to talk about.
okay. So Gina Carano got fired from Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Over.
Moreover, from Disney, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I wanted to talk about this because, first of all, we have a person that we both know who was a comic, who's a scientist comic guy who posted this well-written thing regarding this into one of the comedy groups, and he just got like obliterated with like "fuck you, you're just a cis white male," blah 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 blah, and all because he was just basically pointing out the effects of cancel culture and being and. Though I don't necessarily agree that Republicans are being attacked, I do think there is an element of them being a little bit vulnerable right now, for sure.
Sure.
It is a witch hunt sometimes, and I hate that fucking term.
No, it is.
But
there's a lot of that going on.
And look, politically, I'm pretty left. But at the same time, I don't like the extreme left.
No.
And it's like, but I'm sure they're
just as bad as the extreme right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of this fucking weird full circle now, and it's.
What I think is really trippy, especially about like social justice warriors, is that they take on all of the negative qualities about the people they hate. And like all of a sudden they become like hyper aggressive and like super jockey. And it's like, wait a minute, like
exactly
you are rallying against what you are becoming.
So my
pussy ass white bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, my ex used to be a part of a nonprofit organization called
Kill Whitey.
Yeah, by the way, there's a link down below in the description.
I think it was called like Save Boyle Heights or something like that, or some shit like that. She was from Boyle Heights, and they were trying to they saved Mariachi Square actually, so protect Boyle Heights, so they would protect it from gentrification or whatever. But that group, though they've done good things in keeping some lower class building people who live in these buildings, keeping them standing and shit like that. They've done these protests. They were going to bulldoze Mariachi Square, which is where all the mariachis go to get work. You just cruise down there, you pick out a few and fucking tell them, you hire them.
It was going to be like a CVS or something.
And they're all just sitting there playing, they're all jamming and shit. It's like, but they're looking for gigs, so they'll tell you where to go. You show up, you pick a fucking band, and you tell them where to go. And anyway, it was it's like a pretty big. It's like an iconic spot in Boyle Heights, and they were gonna just like bulldoze the whole area and like build apartments.
Yeah.
But they in protest, they got it to stay. They got them to keep it.
The flip side.
But also then they're doing this, which is completely fucked up, which is like independent people who are, whatever, Jewish, white, whatever, opening up like coffee shops or whatever, art galleries. They're throwing bricks through their windows. They're like, you know what I mean? It's the same. I mean, it's the same behavior as, blacks moving into a neighborhood or something like that. And it's just like, it's just really fucked up. And I'm the one who was living in that neighborhood going to buy coffee because I was like, fuck you bitches. Like, these people they're just trying to have a business. You don't know, just because they're white people moving into this neighborhood doesn't mean, whatever. Yeah, the property value might go up, but it's just a coffee shop.
Right.
It's just a fucking, like, what you think your art is more important than this person's art gallery? Like, that's kind of fucked up, you know? So, anyway, she ended up quitting because they were doing a lot of this radical shit,
Yeah, same stuff's going on in Highland Park, too.
Yeah.
Like, any place around Fig or Figueroa or York, there's a lot of like,
Highland Park's
businesses.
been going. I mean, they've been trying to gentrify that place
forever.
Yeah,
same with like Echo Park and stuff.
I mean, well, fuck, they kicked out all the Mexicans to build that 110 the first time.
Yeah, man, it's I mean, there's pluses and minuses to all this shit. It's like, dude, that is a fucking tangled fucking web.
Right. Okay. So my point is, which is the Gina Carano thing. Do I agree with her? Not at all. Do I think but I think she has a right to her opinion, and I don't think she as an individual on this platform really necessarily represents Disney if she's trying to preach her fucking her reality, right? And I don't agree with her being fired because of that,
Man, if I was going on about the shit that she said, or the stuff that she was retweeting or whatever.
I mean,
fuck,
yeah,
if I was
bad
doing
form.
That,
I mean,
if I was doing that at my work, I guarantee I'd be fired.
Right. Okay.
So the way I look at it is this is a giant company that has to keep up this idea that they're fucking great when they're really like pieces of shit. Like Disney as a fucking corporation, pieces of shit. And really all corporations are all fucking entrenched in fucking blood, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they're trying to maintain this idea that they're like, we're so clean. And then here she is like, yeah, being a Republican is like being a fucking Jew during Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what this is what was pointed out to me. Like, again, I'm just doing this for
devil's advocate.
Yeah, devil's like of course I think that she's wrong.
I think she's we're all allowed to have our opinions.
Yeah.
However, when you work for a company like Disney and you're you're on a public forum. Sorry.
Sure.
We're on a public forum and you're either retweeting or showing things that honestly, like you have to learn as a person you can have your opinions and I could say that like, you know what, man? Being a Republican, this is probably taken out of being a Republican is kind of like being a Jew in Nazi Germany. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say that person to person and like open up a line of dialogue and have that conversation.
Sure.
But when you go on a public forum and you say that and you work for a massive corporation that's trying to pretend that they don't have any blood on their hands, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You're going to get fucking shit canned.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes. And I think that she should be able to say and do whatever the fuck she wants. However, there's always a repercussion. And when you work for a big company like that, guess what? You're going to get fucking shit canned. So that's the way it goes.
No, I definitely agree. Though, I mean, one of the arguments I heard was the last thing she tweeted. It was like they were pretty much waiting for her to fuck up again.
Absolutely.
Because that last thing that was like the straw that broke the camel's back was a screen grab of weren't even her words, and it was like a quote.
I had an old coworker that was doing that same shit all the fucking time, and it was getting to a point where like she didn't get fired for it. We all let her have her own personal opinions and get on her fucking high horse and do whatever she wanted. None of us cared, but it was also at the same time where it was like, because you're so adamant and you're so hardcore about your weird shit, I don't really hang out with hardcore ass people like that. Whether you're a SJW or you're a fucking outspoken
for sure.
Republican.
Because it's weird. It's weird to be that fucking hardcore about anything that's not something you're very passionate. That's not something that's going to benefit your or people around you in any way. You know what I mean? Like
the way I look at politics is that you know as much as I do, you know as much as I do, and we don't know shit.
Yeah.
This is not our job.
Yeah.
Nor are we involved in any of this stuff. So who are we to think that we know any better than anybody else?
Right.
We really don't.
Yeah.
And so when people start getting on like, oh yeah, the fucking Democrats are idiots, or these fucking Republicans are pieces of shit, Nazi racists, it's like, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't know how any of this shit goes down, and neither do I.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go out there and tell anybody, be like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot because you think this. That stuff like really irks me, especially because like I grew up in an extremely conservative, like I wouldn't even say conservative, Fox News Republican household.
Yeah.
It really gets under my skin when people start just like mouthpiece for fucking whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't know shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I would say to my dad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I don't know. I just I liked her on the show.
Me too.
I just was like, fuck, that sucks. But it just, to me, just didn't feel like, that the consequence was was valid. And
I could turn my back to all that bullshit, and I can turn my back to people being SJWs. I don't care. Like I can separate.
That's what I'm saying. I can separate the art
yeah.
from the person.
Yeah, and then it also gets into weird cancel culture with fucking like Arnie Hammer, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like he's looked at as like some kind of fucking weird piece of shit, but he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
That's not illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I mean, he's not actually killing people, and
No.
I mean, we don't know yet, but but I mean,
He probably likes a
wait for
lot
the
of
biopic.
drugs and does weird shit.
yeah, sure, we all do. I mean,
You know?
I mean,
A lot of us
a
do.
lot of us like doing that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I know.
I like a good barbecue every now and then,
But is it enough? That's where it gets out of hand. Is like that's not enough to get fired
Dude,
or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I so with her, I feel like it was justified because she knows what Disney is going to expect and Disney wants. And regardless of what side of whatever you're on, I mean, the thing is if you're going to be in any sort of entertainment, or it is no lie that the predominant viewpoint is liberal. So like, what do you expect when you're going to put like, I'm a Jew being torched because I like I'm Republican.
What do you think is gonna happen?
What do you think is going to happen?
Nothing
and
good.
it's not. And the thing is like people.
It's very much poking the bear.
It's kind of but
Maybe that was her goal. Maybe she wanted to get fired, and she knew that she was going to sign a deal with Ben Shapiro, that fucking weasel.
But
Maybe she was going to do that.
People have brought up though the fact that a lot of people for the last 4 years have also compared Trump to Hitler,
right?
Which is this. It's the same. It's sort of this. It's a similar idea.
Hitler wrote a book, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah. No,
was it called The Art of the Deal?
Art of the Deal. I just think it's all what you.
But that's also, you could also say that that's a punch up because he's the president.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not like pretending to be a minority or like saying like I'm like this because of this. It's like. He's the president of the United States. That is kind of a punch up.
It's a punch up,
which doesn't really look as bad.
It doesn't look as bad as comparing yourself to a suppressed
group
of people.
Yeah, people that were tortured and murdered in Auschwitz. Yeah, which is I don't think and I wasn't saying that that's the same thing. I was bringing up what people are arguing. Yeah, because I totally get why she was let go because of the. I mean, I don't know. It's just not. It's not a good look. It's not a smart thing to say. No. It's not
It's not even a smart thing to say. It's
honestly, not a good thing to say.
Having a conversation like we're having right now and opening up a line of dialogue where you're questioning your own thoughts and opinions, or opening yourself up to maybe learning something new in a one-on-one or in a group setting. That's one thing, but to use your platform on a public forum. I don't know. It just doesn't. Yeah. That doesn't sit very well.
I mean, I guess yeah.
But people.
I agree. Okay, so then I mean, she could have done the same thing like on some Republican forum,
Sure.
Some and then it wouldn't have been as bad, but I still think some people would try and go after her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like people said stuff about like cops,
Right.
Like and you could have easily said all cops. should be murdered or something, and then like you could be like, there's people that like went to that extent. I just get tired of this is the reality of it is everybody is they're on their fucking phones now. No one's doing this. No one's talking in person anymore. I come from a working class family where you work with people of all backgrounds. I work with a guy that's a Trump supporter. His boss is lesbian, who's not a Trump supporter at all. And guess what? They get along
because they have to.
Because we have to live together. It's all these people that have all this money and I don't think that like there's a lot of things that totally like. I mean, I am all for people being accepted for who they are and progression and stuff, but I just feel like a Jew in a concentration camp. No. But I get all that stuff. I'm just saying people right now, it's heated, and I miss like. I think we all just get caught up because of the lockdown too. Things are just like everyone's pissed and stuck in these bubbles, but I don't know. I get why she was fired.
All this stuff, all this infighting that we're doing as people, none of it really it's all bullshit. Because really, let's just say you have 100 cookies. You have one guy that's got 95 of those cookies, and they're sitting over here, and he goes, "Hey, that black dude over there? He's stealing your cookies," and you're like. And so you're fighting over 5 fucking cookies when this dude behind you has got 95. And so really all we're doing is fucking fighting amongst ourselves. Then we forget about the guy holding all the fucking shit. Yeah. So that's like really what it comes down to. It's like all this infighting is doing is making the rich richer.
Oh yeah, they don't want us to talk. Yeah, they don't want us to talk. They don't want people to get along. No. Like they want everyone to be fighting perpetually forever. Because then you can't be like, oh wait, that's what's hilarious about the Wall Street thing. It was like people taking in their own account and like fucking over those hedge fund people. Yeah. And that was hilarious because it's like. And
then they'll rewrite the rules to change that. So
that's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah.
Totally, it's just like.
Whoops, our bad. No, we're going to fix that.
yeah.
And all that Wall Street shit, like, dude, it's all fucking fake money anyway. Like, give me a fucking break. It's like my buddy was like, do you know why Bill Gates is buying all this fucking farmland? I'm like, yeah, I know why Bill Gates is buying all that farmland. It's because he wants to control us. I'm like, no, dude, it's because farmland is a tangible asset. It actually exists. Yeah. Kind of like a fucking house. Yeah. A house exists. Farmland exists. It's not like fucking, software. It's like, no, dude, it's a fucking tangible asset. That's why he's fucking buying the farmland. He's the richest guy in the world. He owns all this.
But he's going to kill us with the 5G, though, man.
My brother, dude, if you know his fucking name, then he's probably not the richest guy. Sorry.
That's true.
Saudi princes, I'm sure they got a lot more fucking money than that fucking guy. Yeah. They got to.
Let me have some.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, move it. We got about 15 minutes to go.
Cool. I like
that. But another thing was... I wanted to bring up something brought up in the news. Who knew Marilyn Manson was a fucking animal?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Came right out of left field with that one.
Yeah, who could have seen that?
Who could have seen that one coming?
Prince of Darkness. There. Yeah, I know.
I had no idea he was a weirdo.
You know what? Yeah. You know what though? He even wrote a book like early on too, and I read his biography. He was a fucking savage and honest in that book too. And then I'm like. Why is this a surprise to anybody? He documented it. He even told some of these stories, and then now people, it's like, who are you? What do you? I don't know. And then
it's like not knowing Johnny Depp was a total fucking fall down drunk. Like, you didn't know that?
Well, and then some of the things I don't know. It's just like, what this rock star who loves sex and drugs like manipulated you to fucking do coke and suck his dick. Like,
what did you think?
Where did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah,
that goes with a lot of the guys that got fucking canceled. That's the same fucking shit. It's like whether or not it didn't happen, at this point doesn't matter. It's like, what did you think was going to happen with Louis C.K.?
I'm just waiting for Gaston to get canceled.
Yeah.
I know, man. He's the biggest rapist in the fucking. I mean, he's the biggest rapist in storybook land.
That actually be really funny. Is the fucking.
The canceling of
Cancel Gaston.
And fucking, and
I'll start the campaign.
Yeah. And LeFou comes out and just like he pays his bail so he can suck his cock.
Yeah.
You know when Kevin Spacey got canceled and he was like, by the way, I'm gay. Which is like, okay. We're talking about you being a pedophile. Yeah. I don't know if that
matters. I just feel like I'm being attacked like the Jews.
I know. That'd be great if Bill Cosby just came out like, by the way, I'm gay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
My favorite favorite thing is his
Yeah, look,
reaction. His reaction to being like the most known serial rapist in America's history, which is the reality of it. He's the most known rape. Like he's raped the most people, and we know about it. It's Bill Cosby, but it's funny because at one of the court appearances
when he came out,
he
went,
did
hey.
Really?
yeah, because he still thinks that there's like a big like fandom, like Bill, we're gonna get.
He came out to a giant fucking a press group. Right, he walks out the doors and there's all these cameras and people, microphones. He goes, hey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That was his reaction to like him getting accused of
Yeah.
raping like over 50 people.
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah. And I know I'm probably gonna get some shit for like saying that, victim shaming, whatever. It's like, dude, no, look,
Go ahead, victim shame all you want.
Look, if I'm gonna go hang out with, look, even if I were hanging out with Marilyn Manson and he was like, yo, you want to do coke in my hotel room? I'm like, he's probably gonna want me to suck his dick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the Wonder Years, whatever that rumor was.
Yeah, Paul.
No, but, Paul. Everyone thought he was Paul. I just think like everyone gets so hung up in their tribalism, and they're like, oh, there's no way that this guy could do something bad because they're in my crew. It's like, dude, everyone is capable of doing some horrendous shit, and it's unfortunate and it sucks. And I don't know, but yeah, if someone's name is Marilyn Manson and their videos, beautiful people. It's like, I don't know if he's going to be the swellest guy to be around.
Right,
I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not saying that what they went through wasn't shitty and he wasn't abusive, but it's just, yeah.
I got like, so for instance, like to put yourself in these, like, because you always put yourself into positions and like, I don't know if you guys have ever had any kind of like weird shit happen to you, like with like anybody kind of like using power to fucking on you.
I'm mostly like a work environment or something.
Yeah,
like
bosses
that,
and
bosses
stuff.
and shit.
I had a situation once and where I was extremely uncomfortable with like sexual advances.
Yeah.
And like you do get, at least from in this situation, I couldn't fucking move.
Yeah.
I literally was just like, it was like, oh fuck. And I remember going up to somebody that was in power where it happened, and being like, look, this is happening to me all the time. And
she went, nice.
Dude, it was like, well, you need to do something about this. And I remember like being like fucking like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what? I can't do anything. Like, this is fucking awful.
Yeah.
And you're putting me in a really terrible situation when you in power can just handle this fucking shit and be like, yo, stop fucking doing that.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Yeah.
So it got worse. It got worse, not with me, but I said that, and it got worse and it happened to somebody else. And then they made a fucking big deal about it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you motherfuckers, like, you could have said something and this couldn't happen.
Yeah.
But it was an uncomfortable situation for anybody to touch.
Yeah.
And me being a man, they were just like, nah, dude, handle your shit. And I'm like, I'm not in a position to where this is going to be extremely awful for me. So all that shit is fucking, it's a fucking murky fucking... murky fucking swamp.
I know, man.
I know. Well, another thing that came out was Kris Jenner's bodyguard is suing her because she squeezed his dick in her Bentley and sexually advanced and was I guess was trying to get him to have sex with her. And I'm like, look,
it's always funny when it's guys for some reason.
Dude, it's hilarious because I'm like, that sounds like a good time. She was being a good host, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's trying to squeeze your dick in a Bentley and give you some champagne and shit. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm like, but then again, this guy's like probably like cash grab, right? That's where he's smarter.
Yeah, do you think he's tormented by his dick grab every day?
No, not at all, not at all. He's like cash grab. I got this shit, right?
Yeah.
And he's probably, since he's head of security, he probably has some footage of it or some shit, right? So like, see, that's not where my brain would go. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get a handy in a Bentley from this rich bitch, fuck it. And then once she drives away, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I probably could have like really gotten a lot of money out of her.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's weird. It's all murky, muddy waters. But we got in some tough stuff today. Talking
we could
about
go
wide
on
loads.
and on and on
I
and
know,
on.
wide loads. I'd put a wide load right on the steering wheel of that Bentley, dude.
Yeah, I think though the moral of the story is like, I think comparing yourself to being a Jew in a concentration camp is not the way to go.
I think that's the moral of the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, she got a fucking deal with Ben Shapiro, so she's doing okay.
Ben Shapiro's big movie company.
Ben Shapiro, did he have? I didn't even know he had a movie company.
I guess he does now. It's gonna be like an anti-trans space adventure. I don't know what.
I don't know. I'm not sure if fucking
Anti-trans space.
Ben Shapiro just seems like such a little weasel to me. It's just like fucking.
Oh yeah, and he can't get his wife wet.
Is that the rumor?
Yeah, his wife's like some doctor or something, right? So like when WAP came out, he tweeted, "Well, my wife says that's a medical condition," and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking Ben Shapiro can't get his fucking wife wet."
My wife said that. It's like, God, he's such a fucking.
Yeah, no, he is very weasel like.
He drives me nuts.
I think it's important for people to be able to speak their mind, and I think that it's healthy for people to be able to talk and stuff from different backgrounds and everything.
I wonder how he would actually be in person. Would he be a nice guy, you think?
I mean, I've seen him on podcasts. He seems all right.
Seems okay.
I've seen him talk about Game of Thrones. There's probably a way you can find common ground. But like I feel like I feel like though the one thing that does kind of suck about now is everything's people keep dividing things to where there's going to be no like common ground, and I don't think that's ever good. I think we have to find I mean,
dude,
you don't have
balance
to
with all this shit.
Yeah. You don't have to like. I'm not saying like go. You guys should shake the hands of the KKK and we should all have a barbecue. But I just feel like even just talking about stuff is healthy. But what's
so funny is like even like Reno 911 was touching on those fucking these kinds of things where people were trying to be victimized and stuff, right? Like Reno 911 was like what 2001, and 2002, some shit, whatever. But and they're as a gag, they the fucking the KKK are calling the police because the neighbors are trying to shut them down or somebody spray painted on their sign or something like that. It's always different, but they're like, we're just being victimized in this, for our beliefs and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that was a joke, and now it's like actually happening. It's just it's fucking
weird.
Crazy.
Well, I think like the funny thing too is, everyone loves to get behind these like let's fire someone or let's end someone's career thing, but they're always like, corporate America, let's go after these people. That's the funny part. Corporate America always gets away from like they for years and years they like allow this shit, and then they're all of a sudden also the people that are good. Like that's the funny thing that I love because like all these big corporate people in other countries like in China weren't they not having they didn't have Finn on the Star Wars posters because he's black in China. Yeah. Funny. Wow.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they never talk about that. Nope. How about you have a gay character in, like, places where they don't like gay people? They don't accept it. Yeah, why don't you be brave and bold and do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they wait for everyone else to
they even
make
had
these
they
norms.
even had a different cut where, like, those two the lesbians kissing were not.
Yeah,
not
now football, it's all about Black Lives Matter, but, like, Colin Kaepernick just completely couldn't, you know what I mean? He was, like, blackballed, and then now he's...
Oh yeah! Now they're like, now they're fucking.
Every commercial is It's just that's the thing. It's just these slimy fucks. It's like that dude you knew, that jock that like is like, yeah, I like NoFX. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like a wolf.
It's like that. Yeah, it's like that jock who's like, oh, I used to love Spider-Man comics and blah blah blah. And then you're like, oh yeah, you ever like read like the Miles Morales ones? Huh? Who's what? Like, and they have no idea. Or like, I hate the movies because they're not like the comics. And then it's like, actually no, they're pretty accurate with these storylines. There's new versions of these stories and
really?
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Send me a link.
I don't know. I like Bruce Wayne. No, it's not even about Batman.
I mean, but also like to kind of. I know we're wrapping this thing up.
Yeah.
But to kind of like put like some hope. I think that it takes people that are passionate about anything, whether it be fucking canceling somebody or people that are like really willing to stick up for somebody. I think it's important to like have people that are passionate about all this shit in order to find some kind of common ground and really bring things back into reality.
I think we're overcorrecting.
We're seeing that right now.
Yeah, I think everybody's just gonna have to like rein it back a little bit. It's just too much on both ends right now.
Like I don't know if you guys have had anybody that you've known or been friends with that has gotten fucking pretty much canceled even before cancel culture really started. But I don't know if you guys know anybody, but
no, not really.
It's pretty amazing like what fucking happens with that shit. Like I know somebody that lost everything. because they got fucking blackballed and canceled
For
something
what?
they didn't do, rape allegations.
Oh, yeah.
And they came out in court that they didn't rape this person.
But they had to
But
go
the
to court
damage,
for it.
they had to go to court for it, and the damage was already done.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep fucking banging.
I know.
this
I
mic.
always whack that
It's
one.
hitting the
Yeah.
mics. That's why it's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hitting the mics.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. It's like it. I think it really.
Well,
in
dude-
time, everything was fine with this. Everything's fine now.
Yeah.
So
Well, even
it worked out.
now, man, I'm like I have two friends that are pretty much like we're never like it feels like we're never gonna hang out again because they don't even want to be around because they're that like terrified of COVID. And they're like, my friend, like, I had a friend. I was talking to him and he was saying that he was gonna go to fucking Idlewild over the weekend. And I was like, dude, I live like 20 minutes from Idlewild. Like, I'm on the way. You should stop by, check out the new pad. Nah, you got roommates.
Yeah.
Like-
I call a lot of these people COVID Catholics.
It's just like, what do you? And it's like, whatever, man. It's like, it was that, and then one of them came at me for like going to a bar, and they're like, "You're gonna kill your grandparents," and blah blah blah. And it's just like,
I don't see my fucking
fuck you, man.
Kill my grandparents. My grandpa just died. Hey, talk about a callback.
Yeah, there we go. Callback.
Fucking
That's
A.
true. One of my grandparents
Yeah,
just
dude.
died.
Oh shit. No, I
Hey!
simply
This is a
put,
nice one, yeah.
This
This has been this is the insensitive death corner. But yeah.
No, man, I don't know. I feel like we all need to just go back to the '90s and kumbaya and shit. You know,
Totally.
Fucking
like
do
go
extreme sports and fucking
Yeah.
where California Adventureland was great.
Yeah. No, I mean,
drink Mountain Dew Code Red and
Yeah,
fucking eat
dude.
extreme Doritos
Yeah,
and
do the do. Busta Rhymes style. Fuck yeah.
dude, Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think it's
Film shit with a fisheye lens.
Yeah,
every single
totally.
time.
Everything
Yeah.
on fisheye, everything all the time.
No, I don't know. I think it's good to always like better yourself, but I feel like people love just to see like people fall. Too.
Yeah.
There's a bit of that.
Oh yeah, bring them up and tear them down. We were actually just talking about that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
With the Reddit community about some fucking show that we watched.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. But
Interesting.
yeah, I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like things will mellow. I feel like there's gonna be a giant
Eventually, I think very soon. Hopefully, once this whole fucking COVID thing kind of blows over, I think like everyone.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be like the Roaring '20s. Like everyone's just gonna be
everyone's gonna
fucking.
be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Everyone's gonna be butt fucking and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and everyone's gonna be.
Let's
doing,
hope.
Everyone's gonna be doing blow and just banging each other without condoms and like.
Yes.
Then we'll get AIDS again. Then we'll all have AIDS.
Yeah,
and then
then
no one will care about it.
There'll be
anymore.
the AIDS COVID strain.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Can't wait. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it there.
Cool.
Thank you both for sticking around and doing this. Where can people find you?
I'm on YouTube and also on Instagram at Rossco Soletrain, ROSSCOSOLETRAIN. Yeah.
It's actually right there at the bottom of the screen
Oh,
too.
fuck yeah,
so.
dude.
Robert Land.
Yeah, dude. Robert Lamb Pod. Check out Eagle Maniac Comedy. I'll be in your town. I'll be performing like a clown, motherfudgers. Thank you, sirs.
Sure.
All right, guys. That's gonna be it from me. And wait, where's this? God damn it! My stupid soundboard disappeared. Here we go.
Bye. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I got scared all the time.
It's gonna fall. Just let it-
I feel like what we were talking about.
Famcast Media.